I would say, you know, the road that I've been on has been completely unexpected. Like, when I look at every aspect of my life, even where I'm at today, it's unexpected. You know, it's like, how did this happen? But wasn't my plan, you know.
Remi Adelestoryke was born in Nigeria into a very wealthy family. His father was a well-known businessman and engineer, and his mother was an American from New York City who met him on one of his many business trips.
My family had everything. We had cars and nannies and drivers, and my dad, he engineered one of the first man-made islands in the world. So here I am, this kid whose dad created an island. So yeah, that was what my life was like. My mom, she didn't want for anything. We traveled the world, and yeah, it was a good life early on.
Remi's family wasn't just wealthy. His father was also a chief in the Yoruba tribe, which made him Nigerian royalty.
So not only was I born into literal wealth and prestige, but we also had the figurative title of royalty and riches and all that sort of thing. I haven't really followed the tradition so much so, but technically, you know, I'm a prince.
The family's wealth and status also made them a target for those jealous of what they had. The Nigerian government at the time was notoriously corrupt and decided to strip Remi's father of all his assets, his home, his wealth, even his family's private island. His father attempted to fight the government in court, but died weeks later.
So we went from rich to poor in that moment. And my mother was just like, there's no way I'm raising my kids here in Nigeria. And so that's when she permanently relocated my brother and I to the United States, specifically the Bronx, New York. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, my mom, you know, she did a great job of masking the reality of what had happened. Best analogy I could use is, it was as though my mother created this movie set, and on the movie set everything seemed okay, right? But when you walk off the set, you know, it was chaos. You know, there were times when my mother would give my brother and I a bar of Ivory soap and say, you know what, I don't have money to do laundry. You know, you guys wash your underwears and socks in the sink. You know, there were times when my mom didn't have enough food to feed herself. She had just enough food to split between my brother and I. She would go hungry throughout the night. And I remember going with my mom to her rent office and watching her plead for extra time to pay the rent because she couldn't afford it. So it was a struggle. It was really, really hard.
Even at 8 years old, Remi said he'd never thought he'd escape poverty. Feeling trapped in his new life, he turned to crime. At first, as a way to steal things he wished he could afford, but soon branching into serious crime, settling into selling pagers and throwaway phones to drug dealers. Then one day, everything came crashing down.
Yeah, I sold a drug dealer a bunch of phones and pagers that were supposed to last for a certain amount of time and only lasted for a fraction of that time, and that was because, you know, the people I was kind of working through, the company I was working through, caught on to my scam. And they started cutting the activation time, so the bill would cut off. So I sold this drug dealer, like had to be about 30 phones. And he came to my house and threatened my life. And you know, that was a huge wake-up call for me, because at that point my mom was in the apartment, she was asleep. And, you know, that's when I just looked at myself after he threatened my life, because I knew his personality. I knew he would kill me if I didn't give him his money. And I said, you know, I'm gonna give him his money back, and I got him his money back in a day, and then I decided I'm getting out of this game because it's not worth my life or my mother's life. So that's why I decided I'm done with all the illegal stuff. No more drug dealing, no more cell phone stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life, but I'm not gonna do this anymore.